Hello everyone and welcome to the Iron Warrior Cosplay Q&A with me, Iron Warrior Cosplay. My guest today is the legendary out of this world finalist for the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships, the one, the only, Full Powers Creations. Dude, how are you doing? Are you
I'm doing
seriously?
fantastic.
This is your first, you said, first online stream interview Q&A stream you were doing.
Absolutely.
Dude, that's amazing. I'm honored. And also, can I just say thank you so much for taking a half day off your job to actually come and do this. I really, really appreciate it. Also, what do you guys think of the chain swords? I mean, come on, this is just too good to be true. This is so good. I love it. But dude, seriously, I really, really appreciate you coming on. Have you been busy since the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships? Because, I mean, the work you put into that suit was outstanding.
Well, not gonna lie, I had a little bit of a burnout. Had a lot of issues getting it completed in time for submission. I took about a month and a half off, but I'm working on some original character projects right now for a local studio.
Oh, man,
Um,
that's sick.
and then I'm about to start my my new costume. So
Oh, yeah. And as I take it, have you told people? Obviously, I've seen posts online, obviously, for your newest
I've kind
cosplay.
of given some hints and shown some pictures of the 3D prints, but uh, I'm going to bump the Kaitan back and I'm going to build a Hydra Stomper. I saw the What If series on Disney Plus, and I thought I have to build this thing.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Hydra Stomper. When I was watching What If, we've just watched the latest two now that have come out on Netflix,
Yeah,
or Disney Plus, I think. Sorry. We were watching them the other night, and oh my
A new
god, it
Iron
is
Warrior has joined our
insane.
legion.
yeah,
I absolutely love it. It's so cool. The
yeah.
Hydra Stomper of all things. I
I'm
love the
going to try
style
to
and the
get
frame of it.
I'm going to try to get my one of my
A
daughters to
new
be
Iron Warrior has joined
Captain
our
Carter.
legion.
So
Also,
we
I'm not gonna lie, we're getting followers like crazy. Thank you so much for the follows. We have, oh wow, I am so bad. Exuberant cosplay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jin, I'm gonna say Jin. I'm gonna say Jin, Jin at the beginning. I don't know how to say that. It's like I have no idea how to say that username. I do apologize, but welcome to you both. Thank you so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. For those of you who've just literally now joined us, I'm Iron Warrior Cosplay, and this is my wonderful guest, Full Power Creations. If you guys haven't seen any of his work, please jump into the chat. The links are in chat. Your links will be shared throughout the stream as we go. And my amazing moderators, Ranger Krieg, Nate the Chill Valhallen, and Zug will be sharing links and posting stuff as we go about your amazing work and stuff, especially that insane Space Marine cosplay that you've built for the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships. Also, a bunch of new faces in chat. Also, hello Rachel, how are you doing? This man is crazy good with his work. Exuberant cosplays. That's absolute
Thank
legend.
you,
Absolute legend.
thank you.
But let's kick off, shall we? You said obviously it took you a hell of a long time to get the suit done, but you said it was like sort of crunch time to get it ready for the Ultimate Online Cosplay
Yeah,
Championship.
yeah. I actually started it January of 2020, and then I had some health issues in March where I lost, or I'm sorry, in May where I lost vision in my right eye. So that actually uh,
And that was due
that
to a
put me back.
complication during surgery, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I had two surgeries in May and then another one in December, and of course there was recovery time in there. Um, I just couldn't make myself do anything during those, that time.
I
So,
don't get me wrong, I can understand why you
and
wouldn't want
then
to.
dealing with no depth perception is very difficult. When you go from being, normal vision to one eye, just touching a button can be very difficult. So I had to
Absolutely.
learn how to paint again, had to learn how to cut foam again. It was a challenge, but it helped me through it. Definitely helped me through any to avoid any of the depression or anything that I may have had. Gave
Yeah,
me something to focus
absolutely.
on, gave me a goal. I'm pretty pleased with it.
But look, considering the fact that your depth perception is out, and you said you had to relearn how to do a lot of stuff, your work
Yeah.
is outstanding. Like it is insane. I mean, you could clearly see why you were a finalist in the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championship, because man alive, the work, the detail, the effort you put in. What I liked, there's so much I like about the suit, but there's some certain things that stood out to me was the power cables that ran from your backpack. That was just insane. It was so impressive. It was literally out of this world, which is, I think, is what you were you were a finalist in.
Yeah.
It's literally out of this world. But honestly, remember, if you guys have any questions for Full Powers Creations, please throw them up in chat at Iron Warrior Cosplay with your question. My moderators will throw them up into my stream chat here for anyone who wants to ask Full Power any questions at all. Please feel free to do so. But we'll move on to question 1 for you, which is, how long have you been cosplaying now?
2 years, and that includes the year that never happened, 2020.
The year that never happened. It honestly. Also, a link to your Instagram just now popped up of your Space Marine walking. The one where you're moving around in it, and the movement in your suit is incredible. By the way, seeing like how you move around, and just I loved the video you gave in for the cosplay competition. That was really well done as well. Was that filmed?
Yeah.
Was that just filmed like in your house?
Yeah, that was actually in my living room.
That is a huge ass living room.
I had scheduled to have a professional videographer come out, and we were going to film my submission video, but I had a disaster in the rigging, so I had to rethink the rigging and remake the rigging. And
oh damn, really?
Then I couldn't. He couldn't come out in video, so. Actually, my 14-year-old daughter is who videoed all of that and took all of the pictures.
Wow!
So, it was a regular family affair.
Dude, hats off to your daughter. Those are great shots. Those are great. That's great video. Holy crap! That is really well done.
I wanted to go outside, but wouldn't you know it, it rained. So I was stuck inside.
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
It was just one thing after another, but. We got it done, and I got it submitted, and I made the finals. So,
dude, congratulations again on making the finals. Like, honestly, I cannot tell you like how hard we were rooting for you here. I was just shouting like, "Come on, Space Marine, let's do this!" Like, let's go. But obviously, we had it wasn't just you. There were several other Space Marines, which was really cool to see in terms of how many Space Marines there are out there. There's a few people. There's a few people saying that they really love your work, and also she's a great little photographer. And also Ranger of Krieg saying the mods are very jealous of your hobby room.
And Ranger of Krieg, I'm on time. So.
Oh yeah. He is on time.
I'm on time to the stream for once.
Like, every stream, I love seeing it, and I don't mind if you're late at all. There is no problem at all if you're late to stream. You can always rewatch it afterwards. But what I love about it is you jump in, you're like, "Hey, I'm here. Sorry, I'm late." I'm like, "You need to stop apologizing for being late. You're legendary. You don't have to worry." It is fantastic.
Yeah, because of the time difference, I'm usually at work, so
absolutely.
I'm working and lurking is what I call it.
And you know what? I really appreciate that, like that you're working really, because I mean, with your job as well, and that the fact you're taking the time out to still go and find me, click on it, and just have me running in the background. That really, honestly means a lot, because that one extra viewer, it can make or break channels and stuff. So that's really, really cool. And loads of people are envious of your of your craft room. People are saying. The envy of us bedroom crafters.
My daughters call it.
It is nice.
My daughters call it the dork den.
The dork den. Please tell me you've got a sign that says. Please tell me you've got a sign on your door that says.
I'm going to print one, but I don't know if my wife will let me hang it outside of the door.
Maybe do it when she's not looking, and just screw it onto like when she's not looking, and then where's this sign come from? I don't know, it just appeared there. We have had our first hydrate of the night, so ladies and gentlemen, hail hydrate.
Hydrate.
I'm going to take this little lull, this little break here, to say obviously this is the last episode of season 4. We want more. This is the season finale of the Iron Warrior Cosplay Q&A season 4. We want more, and I really want to say massive thank you to everyone who's been on all of the streams. I think we've had 9 people in total. I think it's 8 or 9. We even had a 0.5 in the middle between 2 streams. I did a stream on Thursday, and then I did another stream on a Friday. I want to thank everyone who has been on. I also want to give yourself a massive thank you, because I know you said you were a little bit nervous about coming on and you weren't quite.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were like, I hope
I've never done anything like this.
I can assure you, you have nothing to fear. My chat is amazing. Like I don't ask like really in-depth questions like, how was your relationship with your mother? Like I'm not gonna like find something online and like out you for like something you said online like 12 years ago.
Like you're not gonna get 40 in on me.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's like, so Flick's notepad is like, you said this back then. It's like, I'm not. Trust me, you're fine. You're safe here. It's totally cool. But honestly, considering that you've only been cosplaying for what you said 2 years, if not just over 2 years, including the year that we don't speak about, the work and the detail you put into your work is outstanding. It is insane. I mean, for example, I asked you if you would bring over one of your power fists, and you were happy to. Would you mind showing that off? Some of the detail that you've got on that is incredible. Like. I know I, for one, love the LED work that went into not only the backpack and the power strips, but the actual LED work that went into the hand as well for the flamer. You guys just check this out. Look how insane that is. And obviously, you've got the amazing power fist fingers as well, and purity seals all around. Oh, just stunning work. Just absolute stunning work. And earlier on as well, we were chatting about because obviously many of you know I have a Space Marine too, believe it or not, and obviously Full Powers Creations does as well. When he went to stand over by his suit, it's a depth.
The
thing.
4th Legion's number grows stronger.
Okay, so something has just happened on stream that I think you should know.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
Godan has just gifted 10 tier 1 subs to the community. He has gifted 17 subs so far.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
Godan, Luke, you mad lad. Yeah, Ranger Creek, Luke, you mad lad. Seriously, dude.
The 4th Legion's number grows
so
stronger.
Much. You have no idea how much that means to me. Seriously. That is insane. Oh, I'm being told 11.
The 4th Legion's
Sorry,
number
11.
grows stronger.
That is insane, dude. Seriously. Thank you so much. You have no idea what that means to me.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, Godan streams as well. I'm sure my mods throw up a shout out for Godan. Seriously, Luke, you deserve a shout out, please. If you guys haven't already, he's a fantastic streamer. I was actually on his stream the other night.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Oh, sorry. It was 10. The dono bugged. I thought it says 10. It says 10 on my screen.
The 4th
17
Legion's
so far.
number grows stronger.
Seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ranger Creek, for the shout out there. Really, really appreciate it.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
Dude, I really, really appreciate that. Please take all my thanks. I cannot thank you enough. I really, really appreciate it. Things like that happen so often, and I still don't know how to deal with it. It blows me away. It absolutely blows me away. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Whew! It gets me every time something like that happens. It gets me really hard every time something like that happens. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Luke, you absolute legend. If you guys haven't, please click on the link there and go follow Luke. He's an absolute... I keep saying legend because that's all I can think about right now is he is a legend. So thank you so much. Where were we? We were talking about the scale of the suit. Yeah, that's it. We were talking about the scale of the suit. Obviously, you've got your chainsword there, and I've got mine here. We built those from the same files SKS Props designed, if I'm right in saying.
Yeah.
I obviously lasered mine. You probably hand cut yours.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I think mine's like 140% or 130%.
Oh, did you scale yours? Did you?
Yeah, I scaled mine up.
I scaled this one a little bit too because I felt it wasn't quite long enough for me when I first sorted it out. A season finale special. yeah, a little bit. Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay, let me just do this. There we go. I really, really appreciate that, Luke. Seriously, you are now a VIP, my friend. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, I did the same. Someone actually contacted me the other day about the measurements for this thing, and I drew out the measurements for them and showed them how wide it is and how long it is and what I used, and even the width of the handle, because obviously the handle staggers from like it goes taller and then shorter,
Right.
where the handle goes. So I gave him those as well so that he could make his own. And I really, really am looking forward to seeing what he does. But you were showing me earlier the scale of your suit. Would you kindly go and stand next to your suit like you did for me prior to the stream? Because, oh my god, the madness of this scale is insane. Check that out. Like, I love the pointing as well. That's so cool. It's like, whoa, this is my guy. That's just, it's madness. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, that suit is currently on a stand. So it's actually, at the moment, shorter than it should normally be. When he's in it, as we all know with Space Marines, it's much taller when obviously someone stood inside it. So that is incredible. How easy is it to move around it when you are moving around it? Because you said you had to redo the inside, like the way you mount everything together. What was the challenge?
I tried to do something similar to what Zug was doing, but with aluminum and using slew bearings in the shoulders and all that, but it just didn't work out. It was so darn heavy after I got done. So I went back to the tried and true PVC harness.
The PVC harness, I love that. I love that.
Yep. And then figured out how to attach the shoulders with using the PVC. Last time I used aluminum on the Templar that I had made as well. But what's difficult is that backpack.
Oh, don't. I'm having trouble with mine now.
Everything is to scale. So that backpack is so ridiculously big, and the weight. Plus I have my batteries in there. I have fans in there. Wow. I have there's 2 Arduinos, LED lights. There's just so much stuff just mashed in there. But
so basically, without the backpack, the suit doesn't function, is what you're trying to tell me.
Well, I was thinking when I was building this, because the first power armor I built, everything was in the chest, right? So it didn't stay cool. It was difficult to change things in and out. So I thought, this backpack is perfect.
It's basically you could build a shelf inside it.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I did. I just built pockets. So like my batteries are in there for like all the LEDs that are in the suit. For the fuel tubes that light up, everything's in there for that. It's got a gigantic backup battery in it that runs all of it.
So are you running 12-volt system then? Everything is 12-volt in your suit?
No, everything's 5.4.
Everything's 5.4. Madness. Yep. That's madness. You know the LED strips that you've got running out?
Yes.
Are those just inside tubes, or are those actual like rounded?
Like, yeah, those are just wire loom tubes from IKEA.
That's insane.
So it's a white tube, but it diffuses the light perfectly.
It really does. And then you've just run an LED strip through that then.
Yeah, it's just NeoPixels with an Arduino.
And then obviously that's why you're running everything at 5.4.
Yep.
That's incredible. That is actually insane. Dude, hats off to you for the dedication with the backpack and using pockets and stuff inside that. I mean, that's probably something I should have thought about when building this one. At the moment, I've got like batteries all around the inside of my chest. Like they're everywhere inside my chest. I've got them inside my shins and my thighs and stuff like that. I've got them everywhere. So like I just plug them in. They've got individual settings running around and everything. It's just except for the backpack and the shoulder, they're connected to one, but everything else is individual. So it's really cool to see. I might have to pick your brain about that after stream.
Okay.
Also, for those of you who haven't already, please go check out Full Powers Creations. He is there. Instagram link and everything there if you guys want to go check that out. It is absolutely fantastic. We have a question for you from the chat from one of my moderators, believe it or not, Nate the Chill Valhallan. With the aggressor, what influenced the decision to be a blood angel and not a flame happy chapter cough salamanders? He's a big fan of salamanders, by the way.
I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't play, tabletop. So the chapter, it was basically like, what could I use that wasn't going to be black, right?
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So with the Templar, because I was going to make it a Templar, it would have been black. So it would have been everything black. And I'm like, man, this thing needs some color. So Blood Angels seemed like the best route. A little bit of red in there.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. A little bit of red works. For example, with the Iron Warrior, that's why the Power Fist is red and why this is red. A little bit of red,
Yeah.
a little bit of red breaks it up. It breaks it up a little bit, and I think that works really well. Red works if anything. And I love, if anything, the helmet you've done, the red stripe that you've got up the middle of it. I think that was a really nice touch. Instead of just doing one solid color, the breakup of that line, the way it runs up, looks just really nice. Your lenses as well. When you turn your head slowly, the lenses just shine, and they're so nice.
The helmet. I talked with a local guy about codex correctness and just what you can do and what you can't do, right?
Yeah,
and,
of course.
We get in these big discussions, but his name's he goes by Noe's Attic on Instagram. And we went back and forth for this helmet because, Death Watch, black helmet, right? So I just didn't want everything to be black. And he's like, well, you could do this. And I found a picture of this paint style on a miniature. And I was like, I want to do this. And he was like, yeah, you can do that. I was like, okay.
That's so cool. That's
how we're going to do it. And then I painted it and I thought, man, this looks like the San Francisco 49ers helmet.
Oh my, yeah. I get what you mean. You've got okay. Do you know what? Hats off to you. Hey, I mean, he could play for them. I mean, no one would beat him. He would just charge through everyone, just chainsawing them.
Burn them all down, right?
he'll get there and it'll be touchdown after touchdown.
Yeah.
But honestly, also we have someone in chat. Desiree says hi to Drew. Say hi to Drew for me. That's Dragonheart. If you don't know, she's absolutely lovely. She has joined us in the chat there. I don't know what's happening in chat right now, but need a hazard stripe screen. You need more hazard stripes. Everyone needs more hazard stripes. I don't know. Somehow I feel like Dovrig's back.
The flame gauntlets have hazard stripes.
Yeah, actually, he has hazard stripes on the side. But I just saw Dragonheart said somehow I feel like Dovrig's backdrop needs more hazard stripes. I mean, I kind of get what you mean. I've got hazard stripes on my drink, and I've got a roll of hazard stripe tape behind me. But other than that, I need more hazard stripes behind me. All right.
Yeah,
if anything, a hazard stripe border on this would be cool. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, we'll move on with the questions as well. I've only asked you one so far. So if I had to ask you, is cosplay you see yourself like something you see yourself doing in 10 years' time? Is that something you want to keep doing, or do you think you're going to do it for 2 or 3 years and be like, I think I'll
be
good.
honest. I'm a horrible cosplayer.
Okay. Let's
I'm
elaborate.
a little socially awkward. Even when I'm in this giant suit, it's hard for me to interact with people.
Hey, socially awkward Space Marine, that's totally cool. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
That's totally cool.
But I guess in 10 years, I hope I'm still being creative, even if it's if it deals directly with cosplay or indirectly.
Dude, that would be cool to see. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing what you're doing now, like you've just done the Space Marine, you've done that. You've started obviously the helmet behind you there, which I think looks incredible. I'll probably ask you to bring that over if you're so kind as to show us that. But you've also got the Hydra Stomper that you want to build as well. So
Yeah.
seeing how like in top gear you are right now, I'm hoping you never stop. I really just want to
Yeah,
keep seeing
I have a lot of plans and no time.
Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? It's like it's
Yeah.
either loads of plans and no time, or plenty of time, loads of plans and no money, or sometimes
Right.
no plans, plenty of time and plenty of money, but like I don't know what to build. Like it all depends. It all depends. But no, I'd love to see you continue on your amazing work, because especially with the amount of stuff that you've been working on is just outstanding. For example, we were talking about that Corn Berserker helmet behind you there. Would you grab that for us and show us all?
It's actually a Kaitan.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Sorry, apologies. Not a Corn Berserker. Sorry, I had Corn Berserker in my head. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Corn Berserker is all I can think about when I think of Corn. Look at that. Weight wise, how heavy do you think that is?
It's actually pretty light. It's not even, I'd say maybe, oh, 3 kilos maybe.
Oh wow, that's not too bad actually.
Yeah. It's got, the way I printed it cuts back on the weight.
Oh yeah, is it like a honeycomb or something inside it just to lighten it?
Yeah, so it's got, I did a really high wall count on the print.
Oh, I got you. So
it's got 4 outside perimeters, and then it only has a 5% infill.
Oh, so barely anything then.
Yeah, barely anything.
That's
it's almost hollow. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I really appreciate it, by the way. The other day I asked for the measurements for the helmet and everything because I'm planning on doing something like that of my own, especially the Corn logo at the top there looks insane. But I just saw it, and I'm not gonna lie, I saw it and I instantly fell in love with it, and I was like, I need to do something like that. It just looks so good. I love it.
Yeah, the hold up on the Kaitan is I'm still trying to figure out how to do the digi legs for it.
You know what? That's a good idea. Do you know what? I've never really worked with. I've seen digilegs. I've seen like that kind of stuff, but I've never looked into it myself. But I've seen plenty of people use them. I don't know if anyone in chat has any experience with digilegs, but if you guys have, like, please let us know. But it is. I've heard they're notoriously difficult to walk in.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do, is like a faux digileg where it looks like a digileg, but my leg's just straight.
Oh, so, damn, that would be easy. Holy
so
crap,
I have to move all the segments in a certain position in order for my leg to be straight up and down in it. And I'm still working on that.
That's awesome. Also, hydrate. We have a hail hydrate. Snake bite. Thank you so much for coming. Yo, dude, how you doing? Oh man, alive. These hydrates are really, really good because I'm getting thirsty. But seriously, that is going to be a much easier thing for you if your legs are completely straight, but it looks like that would be insane. That would be really, really cool to see. I'm really excited to see what you do with the Hydra Stomper and the Digi Legs, especially. That's something I'd love to have a look at. But seriously, continuing your work is probably one of the most important things. I know you've got, obviously, your job is incredibly important as well, but loving how much you getting into cosplay and just how much I mean, how many 3D printers did you say you currently have?
6.
I'm expecting to see 12 by like next year.
Yeah, I have a large resin printer, a small resin printer, and then 4 FDM printers.
Man,
and they're all sitting idle right now, not printing anything.
I love that they're idle. They're not ready. They're not ready.
Yeah.
Like they're taking a break. They're taking a break.
Yeah.
When obviously when you've done obviously previous cosplays before now, I take it you were saying you've been cosplaying about 2 years. Out of all the cosplays that you've done so far, what's your favorite?
Well, I've only done 2 cosplays, so this one. Definitely this one.
Definitely this one. Because I know you said you spoke to somebody a while ago and you gave away one of your other cosplays,
yes.
If I'm right in saying.
Yes, my Templar, which was the first cosplay that I did, needed the room.
I wonder why. I wonder why you needed the room.
It gets a little crowded in here.
A little bit. I tell you what though, it is a stunning room though. The way you've got all your FX paints set up there, and the way you've got like your big cutting table, and just it looks incredible. It looks like it's a genuinely decent functioning room where you can really get to work with doing stuff, and clearly you do, because the work you've pumped out, especially for the Ultimate Online Cosplay Contest, is just insane. So hats off to you for that, genuinely.
Thank you.
I take it the suit behind you, is that like the most expensive cosplay you've ever built?
Absolutely.
Out of the 2 cosplays you've done, which one would you say was the most expensive? This one or the previous one?
This one.
This one, definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously, without giving us an exact number, would you say it cost into the thousands, or would you say less than that?
Probably right at, because the amount of foam this one took.
Yeah. Oh, you've used SKS Props' HD foam, haven't you?
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I had to order foam. There is layer upon layer upon layer of foam on this thing. And then on top of that, the electronics in it, that gets a bit pricey.
The electronics, especially
microcontrollers,
with the way the LEDs work.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's probably right at $1,000.
That's madness. That is incredible. I mean, that is incredible. Also, don't panic, don't freak out. But ladies and gentlemen, Evil Ted Smith is in the chat. Welcome, Evil Ted. How are you doing, my guy? Obviously, no introductions needed. You guys know each other already.
Ted who?
Ted who? Evil what? No, but
Evil
seriously,
what?
Evil Ted Smith, welcome to the chat, my friend. Welcome. With the suit, by the way, how many hours of painting? Because I mean, looking at the amount of detail you've put in, the shading, the paint chip damage that you've put in,
I was done with fabrication on this probably, well, without the rigging.
Yeah,
it's probably month and a half of paint.
oh,
Probably.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a month and a half. I'm not gonna lie. Is that almost every night then, or is that just when you could?
Yeah. Get home, hour or two, go to bed, get up, go to work, come home.
Dedication.
Hour or two. Yeah.
Dedication. It's either dedication or just a mad lad. Or just an
obsession.
or an obsession. Don't get me wrong. I did the same. I used to have a job I used to go to, and that's all I could think about was get home, paint the Space Marine. Get home, paint the Space Marine. I used to come home, sit in the old garage we had in the house, and paint that before we had this massive workshop, and just sit there and just paint and paint and paint, and just love every second of it. Just music on. In my own little world, just paint it away, and it's just madness.
I actually contracted COVID in January, so I was quarantined. I couldn't do anything for 14 days.
Oh, man alive.
So many paint videos, so many tutorials on YouTube. I learned so much during that time, and it really helped me step my paint game up. So
I love that. So instead of being in bed with soup, just being ill and feeling sorry for yourself, you were down in the workshop watching YouTube videos, painting like crazy.
Had my iPad and
on your iPad. I think that's legendary. Holy crap! We have a question for you from Snakebite in the chat. What was the most expensive singular part of your suit? It's like the one thing that cost the most. And again, you don't have to actually tell us how much, but if you could tell us what was the most singular expensive part.
So the arms are. There's so many pieces in this. There's aluminum in there. There's a harness in there that holds my arm, hold bars. There's 3D printed brackets in there. There's ABS sheets. There's coat hangers in there. There's 3D printed parts for the fingers to articulate. And then you have the Flamestorm gauntlets, which, you have electronics in there, XPS foam, regular foam. They're pretty intricate. So I would say that's probably what costs the most is the arms.
The arms. See, I thought it would have been the backpack, but it's interesting that it's the arms, because obviously you said
I put in the backpack, yes.
Because obviously you 3D printed the finger joints from our very own B Cosplay.
Yes, sir.
If everyone knows the finger files that B Cosplay put out, you 3D printed those, didn't you, to go inside? But then you used Gary Sturley's outer fingers to go over them to make the Power Fist.
And that was due to just poor choice of filament. Like we discussed before we started streaming, I used PETG, and I didn't realize how brittle it would be after I printed it. So I thought maybe having a PLA outer would help protect it from breaking, but it didn't help.
I bet, because obviously you said some of the rings snapped, didn't they? The way you said
Yeah.
they just snapped on you.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
It's not the design at all. It was
No.
purely the filament that
Of course.
that I used.
Were you or are you planning in the future to reprint those, but in something else?
Yeah, and I want to do foam fingers to make them a little bit lighter as
Oh, so
well.
that they're not as hefty,
Yeah,
which is understandable.
because I printed the skins on this just to help protect the inside. Because I thought, man, if these get bumped, they're going to break.
Oh, trust
But
me, with the power fist I have, I completely agree.
yeah, so I think I'll do foam skins on them and then reprint them. I'm thinking about maybe nylon or ASA.
Nylon, I think we were talking nylon's good. ASA is fine, but nylon I think would be, if for the strength, for like the pull strength and stuff. Even if you replace it with foam, it'll still be handy to have.
Yeah.
No pun intended when I say handy to have, but still would be cool to have, like, sort of strength wise at least. At least you don't have to worry. You could just pull them all day long, and you know you're totally fine. We have had another Hail Hydrate, ladies and gentlemen. Hail Hydrate, thank you so much. Also, welcome everyone who has joined us. Also, we had a Necron in chat. Thank you so much for taking care of that, Nate the Chill Valhalla. Really, really appreciated. More bots in chat, which is what we don't want. So my moderators are taking care of that. Casual props. Do I have do I have to shill out for ABS right now? No, don't shill out for ABS. ABS is so expensive. I know you also need an enclosure for that, don't you? You said you don't have an enclosure.
I don't have an enclosure for any of my printers.
Fair. But honestly, seriously, you've done a great job with the 3D printing. But I look forward to seeing the upgrades you do, because I mean, like we were saying before stream, much like mine, we built mine ages ago, and it's old, and we did it too quickly, and it was ugly, and the seam lines were everywhere, and it was terrible. And that's why now that I know better, I'm working on making it and getting it improved and changing things and upgrading it slowly and just getting it to where I want it.
I'm actually trying to work on using air dusters. Do you know what I'm talking about? Compressed air dusters. I want to make the flamer smoke. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you thinking like e-cigs, or are you actually going to use the compressor?
No, I've done the e-cig. It doesn't produce enough smoke.
You want it to billow out smoke, yeah?
Yes.
That would be that would be awesome. That just at a con, and you're just like, oh no, bro, just do that, just smoke everywhere.
Yeah, there's a smoking ban indoors, so you can't use those e-cigs.
Oh yeah, you can't, can you?
Yeah,
that's true. I have seen some really cool ones where they use, obviously, not quite CO2, but they use, as you said, compressors, and it just blows out sort of like a white smoke. That's just non-toxic. I think that would be really cool. That would be really cool to see. I'm looking forward to seeing the upgrades and stuff you do to this guy, honestly. Now, I've got a two-part question for you here. What is your favorite part of cosplay? Like, out of everything, going to the cons and seeing people and all that kind of stuff, what is your favorite part of cosplay? Like, what's the
I really like the interaction with people. Like I said, I'm kind of an introvert, so I don't really get out there much. Makes me get outside of my shell a little bit, and talk with people, and I like the sharing in the community, and I've had way more positive interactions with people than negative. That's for sure.
I'm really happy I'm genuinely happy to hear that. I'm actually really happy to hear that, because I was so worried. Obviously, I'm not saying the 40k community is bad, but sometimes the 40k community can be.
I've received plenty of hate DMs. Trust me.
Really? Have you actually? See, this is the mad thing about it. Who would willingly just sit down and be like, I'm going to send... This guy's clearly trying his fucking best. I'm going to send him a message and be
I just tell him, I say, like, let me see how you did yours.
Hell yeah. That's the same thing I do. It's like, oh, cool. I did this wrong. Can you do me a favor? Can you show me how you did yours? Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, why not? It's like, I didn't build one.
Or they'll tell me I picked the wrong chapter, and I'll say, well, show me yours when you get done.
Yeah,
So
it's the online.
yeah,
It's the internet, sadly. But
it
honestly,
really is.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say that's gonna answer the part two, and the part two was obviously what's your least favorite part of cosplay, and I kind of guess it's probably getting shitty messages.
I mean that's just dealing with people, right? So even
Yeah.
if you just had a personal account and you weren't showing cosplay, you'd have to deal with that, I think. The thing I don't like is the level of quality I expect out of myself, how much time it requires.
Time is literally the one of the
Yeah, so
most.
it's very very demanding of my spare time. I wish I had more of it. Career wise, I don't have it
Well,
to
no,
have
well, especially
have that
considering your
time.
job title as well. Like you're a very busy man. You're like
Yes,
your job's nothing to really play around with, if I'm right. You know?
right.
Oh, that's really nice as well. Rachel in chat has just said genuinely saddened to hear that you're getting shitty messages, but at least you've had a lot of positive interactions that hopefully counterbalance
Yes,
the shittiness. And I can probably say for every single person in chat, we love your work. Keep going, and for God's sake, don't stop.
thank you.
Seriously, I think everyone in chat will agree with me there. If you guys haven't already, please go to Full Power Creations. His link is in the chat. Go check him out. He's an absolute legend. Seriously, one of the nicest people. Obviously, as you guys have heard, like it's really hard for him to come out of his shell sometimes. So I really, really appreciate you not only taking a half day off at your job, which is when you told me what it was, and I was like, holy crap, you took a half day for this, like to come onto this stream. Not only that, but like you're also, genuinely nice to talk to, and you're very, very friendly, and it's just nice to have more people like that on this stream. So I really, really appreciate that. That's something. That's something actually moves on quite well to the next question I got which is how do you view yourself as a cosplayer? Like considering that you've just done the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships, you've built an insane suit to the highest standard. Like, how do you view yourself as a cosplayer?
I honestly think of myself more of a maker.
I
Uh,
like that maker. That's quite interesting.
yeah, because I haven't really had the opportunity to actually cosplay except in 2019. Um, and we make cons family events, so it's usually my daughters, my wife, and myself. We all go together.
That's really
Um,
sweet. Holy crap, that's so wholesome.
yeah,
That's really
so
awesome.
it hasn't been it's not late nights in the mosh pit in the Space Marine or anything.
I mean,
I mean, not yet, not
I mean,
yet.
not
Right?
yet. Yeah. No, I need that. Yeah, not yet. I tell you,
Yeah,
seriously, Sci-Fi
but
Weekender is. You need to get yourself to Sci-Fi Weekender and start and dance with us, man. Like seriously, there's nothing quite like getting completely hammered and dancing in a space marine. Seriously,
I'd like to try.
you should. It's legendary. You trust me. By the end of it, you will be going back to the thing. You'll take the whole suit off, and you're like, "Cool. I need to repair this.
Yeah,
This." It's like this fell apart. This came off. That fell off. Oh well. And you're so hammered you don't care until the next day, and then you go, "Oh, I've got to repair
yeah.
so much."
2 hours of fun just cost you 4 weeks of work.
It's honestly it's not as bad as I say it is. They do give you a nice wide berth. They give you a nice big circle, and they just make sure they
Yeah.
don't get like clocked by like a shoulder pauldron or something just whipping its way around during like final countdown or something. So you don't have to worry about that. But I like that you see yourself as a maker, and that you do family orientated cosplays and stuff. Like you go around with your
Yeah.
family and stuff.
Cosplay is a part of it. I'm a horrible cosplayer because I'm not an actor.
I love that you said that before. She was like, I'm a horrible cosplayer. I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know how to act. I need so much direction.
yeah, I
It's
trust
like,
you.
oh, you want a photo? Tell me what to do because I have no idea.
Honestly, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
And also, I genuinely loved seeing you in the video, like when you were just stood there and you were just raising your arms and you looked dominating and powerful in the suit. And I can't wait to see the videos that like maybe your wife takes, or even your 14-year-old daughter taking of you stomping around a convention, just people getting out of the way and you just stomping through a con. I'm really
Yeah, we're
really
still waiting
excited.
for an opportunity to get back out there.
Casual Props just said, just T-pose. Just get in the suit and just T-pose. Assert dominance. Just T-pose and assert dominance. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's fantastic. There's so much awesomeness in chat. I like that. That was a really awesome answer. I really, really appreciate that answer. That's super. Like, that's. I like that the honesty that you give as well. The questions that I ask you, and you full on. You think about them for a second. You think, do you know what? I'm going to give them this answer, and it's just. I love how like straightforward you are. Like, for example, what got you into cosplay? What started it all? What was the bug that bit you that made you go, I'm gonna start like getting foam, cutting it, gluing it together, and then wearing it?
Here in Houston, Texas, we have a one of our bigger cons is Comic Palooza, and there was a guy that I worked with. His name was Monty. He said, "Hey, let's go to Comic Palooza." And I was like, "What's Comic Palooza?" So
what is this
like,
madness?
Yeah, I had no idea that there were these conventions that were going on like this. So we went, and it blew my mind. And I thought, you know what, I can do this. I can totally do this. So my first Space Marine that I built because of that. But
I love that you went straight up Space Marine, straight out of the gate. You were just like,
yeah.
went to your first con, saw the things, you just thought, I'm not going to start small. Fuck that. I'm going to go straight up. Just
the Spider-Man suit for me, buddy.
No, like, costume bought, like, one piece, like,
yeah,
like
and then
leotard thing and just, like, some stuff glued to it. You just went straight on. I'm going to go for Space Marine. What a hero. What a hero.
Yeah, so then my youngest daughter, she showed some interest in it, and she's like, "Can we go to a convention?" I was like, "Yeah." So I made her a little sister battle costume, and I was a Black Templar, and we stormed the convention floor.
It's just legendary. You probably did. You probably legitimately did. You stormed the convention floor, didn't you?
I had no idea what I was doing.
I don't know. I'm just going and doing it.
I'm just kind of here,
I'm not even kidding. That's if that's not the best like first convention story. Like I went there. That was it. I just fucking went through it.
What's funny is if you see
stomp past security, just go in. Like who gives a fuck?
If you see a lot of the videos that are like on YouTube or whatever, it's my daughter. And you see like my pauldron, but they don't actually show me, it just shows her.
That's so adorable. Holy crap. Yeah. Holy crap. Oh my god. There's so many links popping up in chat now as well from Ranger of Creek, who's going through your Instagram right now and sharing the awesomeness that you have posted. And I think it's just fantastic to see so much awesomeness happen through your life, especially the fact that you're bringing your. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You're probably very. You're probably influencing your daughter to probably get into cosplay when she's older, and I'm really hoping that at some point, like, you make her a Space Marine helmet, and then like a small set of pauldrons, and then like a chest.
Yeah, she's the one I'm going to try to convince to be Captain Carter. So,
dude, yes,
yeah,
dude, come on, let's do this.
and I think it'll be the perfect proportions too, because she's quite a bit smaller than that costume. So
that's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Now we have a question from Snakebite in the chat, who is asking a bunch of questions tonight. I'm actually really appreciative of this, by the way. Thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, by the way, at Iron Warrior Cosplay in chat, and then ask your question. We have a question here. If money was no object, what would one costume you would both want to create? And obviously information. So if money was no object, what one costume would you want to build?
I think that's for both of us, right?
That is for
you
both
go first.
Me first.
Oh, first.
He's asking the person who's asking the questions to go first. I'm shook. I mean, I've always wanted to build a Bob from Overwatch. I've seen a Bob in real life, the same scale, the same size. I want to build a Bob. Don't get me wrong, when I saw this full-size Bob, I was like, damn, somebody's already done it in the UK. I was like, damn. But I also went, that's really cool, and I want to build that. That would probably be one of, because, again, I'd have to build a frame and stuff for him, because I have an idea of how I want to do Bob. I'd also want to finally get to grips with the Totoro that I want to build as well, because obviously you guys know Adam Savage is like my cosplay god. I love Adam Savage. I think he's amazing. I would love to build a Totoro like he's done, except obviously I've got my own design of Totoro, but using his techniques. Because Adam Savage is an absolute legend, and like, who wouldn't take his advice? Because his advice is sound and absolutely awesome. So, I think if money was no object, I would go either Bob from Overwatch or finally get my Totoro built. I think that would be really cool if money was no object. Because I know the fur for Totoro, even though it's like synthetic and fake, it still costs a lot of money. Plus, I can't sew for shit, so I'd have to get like a team of like cosplay seamstresses in. And be like, come in, seamstress, come in, and just have them sat down, and then just give them tea and biscuits and throw money at them and be like, help me, because I can't sew. So, I just get a bunch of people in, a bunch of guys and girls in, just, sit them at tables and be like, right, okay, this is a sweatshop now. This is just the worst way of saying it. But no, I would definitely need help with Totoro because there's a lot of sewing involved. And the sewing machine I have is a Singer sewing machine, big cast iron thing with a crank handle. None of this like, digital, like it can do zigzags and all that. It's just a single stitch, just with a handle, and that's it. So I would definitely need help with that. So if money was no option, I could pay them vast amounts of money and be like, here you go, here's vast amount of money. Because I need help. But that would be mine. What about yours? I'd love to hear yours.
I would have to say the Kaitan. I think money's going to be an issue with this one. And it's going to make it run a little bit longer than what I expected.
How long do you think it's going to take you to get him done? Do you think it's going to take you over a year?
I think so.
Yeah.
I have so many plans for it, and just different techniques and stuff I want to do with the weapons and the hands, and then make the legs realistic.
A lot of intricate details and stuff inside the suit, let alone outside of it. Yeah, I can understand how that's going to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
From the Mad Lad, the legend himself, Godan, has redeemed a Hydrate. So hail Hydrate. Thank you so much. Again, Luke, seriously, I hope you know you are a VIP in my chat now. So I really, really appreciate that, my dude. Once again, I want to thank you for the gifted subs. Like, that was completely out of the blue and insanely unexpected. And I genuinely can't thank you enough for it. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Moving on with the next question as well. What would your advice be to somebody who has now just started? So let's say someone saw your Instagram, saw you during the cosplay competition on Twitch, saw your suit, looked you up, jumped onto your page, saw what you've been doing, and thought, I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a Space Marine. So he's bought foam and he's got his knives and stuff and he's ready to go. What would your advice be to somebody who's just now stepping into cosplay?
Research.
The three R's, the three important R's.
Man, when I first started, I just went out and bought tons of floor mats and razor blades and glue guns. I didn't even know about contact cement.
Hey, you're talking about me. You're just describing my life. That's what I did. I just went out. Whoa, hello. I just went out and bought a bunch of cheap, shitty, like floor mats and stuff like. Well, I say cheap. I bought floor mats and stuff like that. I did the same as you.
I didn't know how to make a cut. I didn't know that you needed to keep your knife sharp. Nothing technique wise that I was clueless. And all I had to do was just spend maybe a day just, scrolling around YouTube. I would have been so much more armed with knowledge, and I wouldn't have wasted so much money because a lot of that foam hit the dumpster.
Oh no, did it? Damn. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was horrible. I had like gaps you could throw your thumb in,
Okay, do you know what? Right, fair. Mine wasn't as bad as like thumb gaps, but I did have. I mean, as many of you have seen, if you haven't seen my cosplay page recently, I'm redoing the shoulders on my Space Marine, just sanding them down and filling them and smoothing them out. You could see the large gaps. I say large gaps, like sort of like a pencil width. Of gaps in the seam lines and stuff, and I look at it and I'm just like, oh God, like if I knew then what I know now, that wouldn't have happened. But obviously back then it was just here's a knife, here's foam, sort of this'll
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
And
I'm gonna build this.
everything you described, like that whole sentence you went through, describing how you started, is identical to how I started. Like
I think that I think a lot of people do that. They just dive right in, which I mean, that's great that you're excited,
oh
but
hell
it's
yeah.
going to cost you a lot of money.
Like
Yeah.
I walked into there's a place here in Wales called Halfords, which is a car place. They sell car parts and sprays and paints and bicycles and tents, and they're that kind of store. But they
Yeah.
also sell the floor matting to go on your workshop floor to like lie under your car and fix it, and you can stack them into jigsaw pieces and all that. And I walked in. I had just made a bunch of money from my work. I just had some really good sales go through and stuff, and I just had a big bonus from work. And I walked in, and I just walked up to the guy at the counter, and I was like, "Those floor mats, there are already 2 packs left." I was like, "How much floor matting do you have?" He said, "Oh, we have those 2, but we have them in the back as well. We have them in storage." And I was just like, "I'll take them all." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "How many do you have?" And he was like, "We have about like 10 or 11, I think, in the back, plus those 2." And I was like, "I'll take your entire stock." And I literally, he was like, "Pardon?" I was like, "I'll buy it all." I just bought it all. And I have a picture. I'm not going to ask my mods to go get it. It is way back in my cosplay page. It is so far back. It is a picture of my old car door open with just a stack of them on top of it. It took the entire back seat of my car up, just stacks of this foam. And just, man alive, just the look on the guy's face was like, "I'll take your entire stock." Just handed him my card, like,
I will take 11 of your finest stacks of foam, please.
I will take the finest floor matting, please. Honestly, the guy must have been like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, if I had told him, he would have been like, "What?" But honestly, it's madness. But I'm glad that you did the same. I'm glad that, no, considering where you are now with your work and how incredible the stuff that you've built is, I love the fact that your beginnings were the same as mine. I think that's
Oh,
and
I think
obviously as same as
majority
many
of
others
people
as well.
start that way.
But I love that because I know my friend David Roth, Exeter Cosplay, Dave Damon, the Grey Knight Cosplay. They started off the same as well, because that's who I learnt from. Were my friends David Roth and Dave Damon. I learnt from them, and they said, "Go buy floor matting, buy knives, buy hot glue, and all that kind of stuff." And they taught me how to do it. They sent me the files and all that, and that's how it worked out for me. So to know that you had the same sort of humble beginnings, the same as many other people I know around the UK and everywhere else, because obviously you're from Texas, you said. So
Yes.
I think you're the second person from Texas I've had on. I think you're the second. You're either the first or second, so we'll see. I'll have to check back and see who's from where. We are getting a few questions in chat now, by the way, so I'm going to get to the questions in chat. Let me just check where we are now. There we go, there. So, Snakebite, once again, what were your 3 biggest mistakes when you started cosplaying?
3 biggest mistakes.
That's an interesting one. Because I'm actually thinking...
I think we kind of just touched on it.
Yeah, a little bit, I think, if I'm right in saying.
You know what? I think the biggest mistake I made was just not researching what in the hell you're supposed to do. You know? I just dove right in. It's like a Neanderthal with a blade, you know, just
go
cutting lines and not worrying about bevel cuts or anything like that.
What are bevel cuts? Is like, I literally had no idea back in the day.
Yeah, so I think that's probably one of them. Second mistake is once I started learning about techniques and watching some of the pros, I felt like I had to buy what they had.
Yeah, I felt like that sometimes, especially with some of the more expensive tools that I decided I couldn't afford. It's like,
it's not necessary. I have a bandsaw outside in the garage that proves that.
I did the same though. That bandsaw's not very old. That bandsaw's like 1.5 years, 2 years old, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah.
I bought a bandsaw because I was seeing all these amazing cuts and how quick it was and how easy it made it, and Well, it's sitting out there. I'd much rather just cut it with a knife.
Ah, that's interesting. When it comes to some of the bevel cuts I do, if I'm making, for example, like the power hammer I made, I prefer to use my bandsaw because I can adjust the table to where I need it, tighten it up, leave it there, and just get the same cut over and over again. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I do bevel cuts by hand if it's something small. I
Yeah.
don't need to use the bandsaw. But it's, if anything, it's more difficult to do something small when using the bandsaw. So it's easier to do it by hand. But when you're doing something as big as a power hammer, you just use the bandsaw. But I like that you prefer, even if it's something big, to cut by hand instead. That's quite
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Also,
just
Dragonheart is going to bed. Thank you so much for coming. Really, really appreciate it. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful night. Also, if Evil Ted is in chat, speaking of bevel cuts, Evil Ted's videos are where I learned how to bevel cut.
yeah. Same here.
If
Yeah.
if Ted is still in chat, the legend himself. Yeah, it's where I learned to. So you've see there, Ted. You taught both of us, both the Space Marine cosplayers, how to bevel
Absolutely.
cut. You absolute legend. Now, I know you said you haven't been to many events and stuff like that. Obviously, with multiple reasons, COVID, and obviously you said yourself, that year you just stayed in and built your suit.
Yeah.
Do you have any really funny sort of cosplay stories, whether you're at an event or otherwise? Is there anything sort of humorous that you...
Well, like I said, I haven't went to an adult convention yet, so I haven't been to like
I like
Dragon
that.
Con or anything like that. I've got a cute story.
Go for it. Cute story, 100%.
So
I need to know.
I was
Cute stories. Chat likes cute stories. Don't you,
I
chat?
was at Celebrity Fan Fest in San Antonio, Texas, and I was walking along with my daughter, and she was kind of holding on to my hand that had the power fist on it. This is when I had my Black Templar.
Oh, the Black Templar. Yeah, of course.
So we're walking along, and then I felt her let go, and then something grabbed on to one of the fingers of the power fist. I could feel it kind of pulling downward, so I thought she was being silly, just grabbing one of the fingers. And then all of a sudden, I had this lady come running in front of me, waving her hands at me, and she's like, "Stop, stop, stop, stop." So she had her 3-year-old daughter saw me from like across the convention, and she took off running for me. So she was walking down the convention holding the finger of my power fist.
Oh, that's
just
so cute. Where was your daughter? Like, where was your daughter at the time?
Just watching.
Just watching. I love that. Oh, that's so cute. That's so wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I tell you what, that speaking of that, Atreus, who is David Roth's little boy, the absolute legend that he is, there's a picture of me and my power fist, and he's holding the finger of my power fist while he's sat in his stroller, like in his little buggy. He sat and he's holding onto my... He's a hero. He's an absolute legend, that kid. Love that kid to bits. But that story is so cute. You thought it was your daughter, but then...
Yeah.
So, when you're in your suits then, do you have a spotter? Do you have, or as we call it, do you have a Harry? Do you have your very own Harry who helps you in
but don't call my wife that. She'll probably get mad.
Oh, don't call her Harry? No, I won't call your wife Harry. But is she your spotter? Is she?
Yeah, and I have 3 daughters actually. So my oldest and my wife, they'll lead me along, and get people out of the way, because
100%. 100%. That's the way.
You have the helmet on. The vision. Well, the vision is so limited, and you're in this giant suit of armor going down narrow pathways, and you got people that think that they can just stand right in the center, and then stop, and so they're the ones that help clear the way while I stumble down the aisles.
Oh, I like that. Or we should call her a Harriet, if you will, instead of a Harry. Call her a Harriet. That's kind of funny. I like that, Ranger of Creek. That was very, very clever. But I like that. Do they just clear people out of your way, get out of the way, and sort of get you, in where you need to go? How are doors for you? I take it a door's like, because everything's bigger in Texas, as they say.
Doorways...
No way! Ranger of Creek has found it. Hold on, I need to check this super quick to make sure he found the right image. Ranger Krieg might have actually found the image. Yes, he has. He found the image of me and Atreus. What a legend! What an absolute legend! Thank you so much for that, Ranger Krieg. Sorry, my apologies. Carry on.
Sorry. Doorway's not really an issue. I just do the, squat and shuffle, right?
Squat and shuffle.
Squat down and shuffle through it.
Squat and shuffle.
Now, elevators can be difficult. So
That's
some of the convention centers that I've been to, I've had to get on elevators, and that is not easy to get in and out of at all.
Nope, that's
and it's a big show coming out of the elevator as well, right? So like you get to the next floor and then the doors open and here's this giant space marine and everybody's freaking out, got their phones out taking pictures, and it's like, guys, I'm trying to get out of here,
I think a funny one, I don't know if this happened to you at any convention, but if you're on multiple floors, we started off on the top, and as we were going down, instead of going to the ground floor we wanted, we stopped at 2 floors on the way down, and the doors opened, and it's just us stood there, me and the space marine, and like Harry just there, like, it's like, yeah, there's no room in here, and then the doors just they're taking pictures, and they're just looking at you taking pictures, and the doors just close, and you just end up going back down. It's like, but it's so fun. I don't know if that's happened to you at all, where you've like gone to multiple floors and you're like, nope, there's no room in here, no room at this inn. I love that. But honestly, with that said though, if I had to ask you who your favorite cosplayer is, because I know you said Evil Ted is in chat, obviously, who is one of the judges. Do you have like a list of like your favorite cosplayers, and who is number 1? Everyone knows who mine is. I've already said his name.
I don't think I have a number 1. I know there's a lot of people that I look to when I'm trying to better certain techniques, or like I use Kamui's book for my electronics, for like programming my lights. I've learned foam smithing from Evil Ted and SKS props and Punish props. So there's a lot of I bought Volpin's paint books. Egg Sisters do amazing work. I always follow along with on their builds. I don't think there's any one person.
That's understandable. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, you've named pretty much a lot of people who I think myself and a bunch of people in chat probably watch. Like you said.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, obviously, with all the people that you've spoken to, SKS Props and yourself have spoken quite a bit, because you used a lot of his HD foam to build your suit, if I'm right in saying.
Yes. I've been featured on his Instagram twice.
Nice.
He was he always commenting and give me a little confidence during my build. So
good, man.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of back and forth.
I love that, because it's nice to see the people who are obviously in the community making props, selling their foam, just being sort of as you say, like the social media sort of people, the ones who are out there showing people how to do it, doing tutorial videos and all that, influencers and all that. It's nice to see people like that, talking to other cosplayers and just giving them that support that they need, and I think that's fantastic. Obviously, Evil Ted being one of them, he's been on this stream. He supports his fans in a way that many other people don't, which is absolutely fantastic. And it's cool to see SKS Props and you just sort of hanging out and sharing your stuff.
Well, not really hanging out. I wouldn't say we're like.
Well, I mean, like messaging, like having conversations and sort of hanging out in that sort of sense, but obviously not, because obviously you're in Texas and he's in LA, isn't he, or?
Missouri, I believe.
Missouri. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but
or Kansas or something like that.
But with all the obviously chat about cosplays and stuff, obviously you had your first Space Marine, you've got your current Space Marine here. Are they comfy to wear? And if so, which one was the most comfiest? Would you say it would be your first Space Marine or this one that you've got currently built here, in terms of comfort to wear all day? Because you said you did 7 hours one time, didn't you?
Yeah, in the Templar I did 7 hours. I had 1 hour break in between. It was during a competition day. It was miserable.
Oh, nice.
Air conditioners went out, and it was like 90 degrees. So what is that, like 32 degrees Celsius or
Wow.
30 degrees?
In
Yeah,
a Space Marine as well.
yeah.
Screw that.
I honestly think this one's more comfortable. I used a better harness on it. The rigging is padded better. The only thing that I do not like about this one is just the weight of the backpack. That's it. So it kind of pulls me backwards a little bit.
Is there any way you're going to try and combat that?
I might try to find like a different battery to put in there to lighten it up. But what I'm worried about is the size of the battery has to be large because it won't last very long.
Yeah, it's got to power a lot of. It's got a lot of stuff to power, including.
So that might be an option of maybe separating everything and putting it on its own battery, and maybe putting it elsewhere.
Sort of distribute the weight a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Also, have a wonderful night, Rachel. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciated. Really appreciated. Also, congrats on the gifted sub as well from the legendary Godan. Luke, you absolute mad lad. But no, yeah, weight distribution, I would guess. I mean, in mine, I've had to put something, I've had to put some webbing in the front to hold the chest forward because the weight of the backpack kept pulling up and putting it against my neck, and then also opening the midriff and showing like the inner workings of the suit, if you will. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It is to sort of balance it and get it right. I really hope you manage to figure out a way of doing it, especially in a suit that outstanding. Like seriously, I'd love to see the sort of the weight distribution get fixed, and to the point where you're so happy with the weight distribution you can just put it on and wear it like a second skin. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I really want to get out in the suit, but cons haven't been very let's just say helpful. You know, bringing something this large in, they don't want to accommodate it, and really not even accommodate. They just don't even want to work with you.
That's madness. In the UK, there are people out there, especially events and stuff, who just love the bigger builds. They just want the bigger builds at their events. Obviously, there are health and safety concerns in terms of if they do fall over and they fall on top of a small child, there could be a bit of a problem there. But no, I really hope you manage to get it out to a con soon. I really hope you manage it, because it would be insane to see some really cool videos of that thing walking around an event.
Yeah.
And get some really cool photo shoots and really cool edits done. That'd be really sick to see. We have a question from chat from Mr. Titan 40K, who's an avid follower of the Twitch streams and myself. He has asked a question: would you build a Titan cosplay from Warhammer 40K? Obviously not to scale, because they're colossal titans. But have you seen those people online who have built like Reaver Titan?
I'm just trying to think of like how your body would fit into it.
Yeah, like logistically, like how it would work.
Yeah, because that would almost be like a statue. You know, once you get in it, you're not moving very well.
No, understandable. Because fair play, Mr. Titan 40K has got. I think he had one Titan cosplay. He has another now. I think he only still has the one now. I think he built one and then got rid of it and then built another one. I'm not sure how it worked out, but I know he has currently got a Titan build, and he's currently building more as well, if I'm right in saying.
That's an interesting. That'd be an interesting build for sure.
100%. Because I've seen 2 Titan builds online. One of them's a Warlord Titan, and the other was a Reaver Titan, I think. I'm not 100%. But the interesting ones I've seen, though, are not Titan cosplays, are Dreadnought cosplays. Those are quite interesting. I've only seen 2.
Yeah, I've only seen one of those.
They're interesting to see in terms of what they are. And it's kind of like, wow, that's an interesting build. Because, the legs are so far apart, it wouldn't actually work in terms of... But it's interesting to see how people have gotten around that, and I think that's really cool. There we go. He says, Iron Warrior Cosplay, yes, I'm redoing the Mark II and getting the parts for it. There you go. It's just taking time. When you're building your cosplays, especially a Space Marine, Black Templar, or your current iteration of your build, how important is accuracy to you when you're building a Space Marine? Do you jump back to references a lot and then find out exactly what goes where, or do you sort of take some creative liberties with it? Like with mine, you know, I've taken so many creative liberties with mine. He's not really that canon anymore. But then
Yeah.
my Space Marine is within universe. It's within the 40k universe, but it might not be perfectly canon.
Mine is pretty much dead on canon, except
You're trying to find something now, aren't you?
well, there's not a spike on the reliquary down below because I didn't want it getting stuck in the knee.
Ah, okay, fair.
And the pads that come off on the hips, the hip guards.
Yeah.
I don't have them on there because I thought these arms are going to be massive. I don't even want to deal with these things on there.
You're worried that it would like catch
giant arms. Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But everything else, I mean, you can take. You know, I have the miniature, and I used it as reference, and Noe got me the pauldrons, so I used the pauldrons as a direct reference to what I built.
It's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm glad that yours is like obviously perfectly accurate because obviously you did put it into the competition, and you were a finalist. And again, congratulations on that. Are you going to participate in any other cosplay competitions with your Space Marine at all? When conventions jump back in, obviously.
Maybe. I would want to fix the hands first.
Oh yeah, like you said, you wanted to make them foam and
after I fix the hands, which that's really not much work. It's just getting the time to do it.
That's the thing, yeah.
So once I fix the hands, yeah, I definitely compete in it.
And I have a feeling you're going to dominate a lot of cosplay competitions in that beast. I'm not even kidding. Would you say Warhammer 40k is something that's had a big impact on your life?
The community definitely. I played Space Marine on Xbox 360, and that's how I even knew about Warhammer. But after my first, build my Templar, the Warhammer community has been very supportive, and there's a good group of makers and some really great people, that want to help you along during your journey. So made some really good friends, and of course it's all through like digital.
Yeah, it's all social media and stuff like that. No, that's understandable. But then you get to do things like this, and you actually get to chat to people, and I get to meet you, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah, you're like halfway around the world. How cool is that, right?
I think it's awesome. I think it's genuinely awesome, honestly. And as Nate the Chill Valhan said, we are the supportive nerds. That's what we are. That's what we are. Wanted to ask you, obviously, your Full Powers creations. Where did you get your cosplay name from? Was it just something you mashed together?
Honestly,
or?
I didn't think about when I had started an Instagram account. I wasn't thinking about like a cosplay Instagram, so it was my name, which kind of shows.
Yeah, your last name is Powers.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So my old Instagram was just my full name. It was Powers Drew, and then I wanted to do something creative with my cosplay name and incorporate my last name into the cosplay name. So I thought, oh, well, everybody wants to be on Full Power, so Full Powers.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's sick. You know what? Full Powers Creations, I'm gonna mention it. I have to. For the life of me, and I've seen people in chat do it as well. Ranger Creek, you're one of them. People put Full Power Creations, and that's what I've been putting. I've been putting Full Power Creations. That's how I've always done it. During the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships, it was Full Power Creations. I didn't know. I didn't see that S. It's Full Powers Creations. I didn't see that S. I've been posting it anywhere and everywhere.
I don't correct anybody because it's a play on words. So
it's still madness about the amount of people who've gotten it wrong, myself included. It's insane. It's Full Powers Creation. I had to jump over to Instagram on my PC and look at it, and I was like, motherfucker, there's an S in there. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's really cool to see that I'm not the only one, and that the Ultimate Online Cosplay Championships got it wrong as well. So I'm totally okay. But that's why I made sure the stream title was right. I made sure the stream title was right, and when I post it onto YouTube, I will 110%. I will make sure it's Full Powers Creations. I'll do that. Also, Outlaw Wolf has just joined us. Howdy. He says howdy. With obviously you said you're an introvert and stuff like that, which is understandable. But has cosplay helped you with the whole being an introvert, the anxiety, social anxiety, anything like that? Has it helped you at all with that in a big way, or would you say it's helped you a bit?
It certainly helps to be in a helmet.
That I can agree with.
Yeah. The UOCC, I had to do like intermission video and some other things, and I had never done anything like that before.
Understandable.
And I thought, man, this is going to be horrible. And then I sounded like more of a robot than my suit looks like. I don't feel hurt. So,
dude.
I don't know. I've definitely experienced things I wouldn't have, by cosplaying, or tried or done things that I wouldn't have done without cosplay.
So you basically cosplay has forced you out of your your shell.
Yeah, I wouldn't say force.
I love that. I like that. Snakebite just pointed out the Zoom call says Full Power Creations without the S. Yeah, I know. I found that. I know. I fucked that up too, but it's fine. I'm not the only one. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, everybody does it.
With that. If I had to ask you then, if you could think of a singular prop, not a cosplay, but a singular prop that you would love to make and own, doesn't matter on the size, doesn't matter on what it is, what would that prop be, and why would you want to build that prop? Money being no option. Money being like,
I want just a static Hulkbuster.
Oh, just a big Hulk, just as like a, yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, just lights up, sits there, might say 2 lines.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That would be sick, just to have it stood in the corner and just have like a remote control for it with LEDs in it and just turn it on every now and again.
Yeah.
Just have some speakers in it and be like, welcome back, Mr. Stark, or something like that. Be like, hell yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely awesome. That would be awesome. I have one last question for you. For the end of season 4, we want more. Full Powers Creations. Where can we find you on the World Wide Web, my friend?
Instagram, Full Powers Creations. I don't get on Facebook and Twitter, but I do have accounts on there. You can check those out too.
If you guys haven't, go check those out. The link will be in chat there. Seriously, can I just say a massive thank you to you for coming on stream, especially considering the fact you took a half day from your job. You came on to spend like almost 2 hours just hanging out with a guy from the other side of the world.
I feel honored. You've had guys on here like Odin and Ted, and I mean some pretty big hitters. So,
dude, seriously,
ask me. I thought, man, he must be really desperate.
I am not in any way, shape, or form. You are one of the big hitters, my dude. You honestly, your cosplays are incredible. You really need that boost, my friend. You're like, if you guys haven't, please check out Full Pack Creations on Instagram. Head over there, give him all the love, like all of his pictures. Just spam his Instagram account, give him all the love. Seriously, you have been an incredible guest. I really, really appreciate it. And as a last guest for season 4, I don't think I could have done any better. You're genuinely really fantastic to talk to. I honestly, I feel honored to have you on here, especially considering, your job and, the fact that you've got a family and you've taken the time out to just, spend it on stream with another guy who walks around in a big foam suit of armor. Thanks
for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, it was was an honor, honestly. I really, really appreciate having you on. If you guys haven't already, please check him out. There are some things I need to do now before we end the stream. I need to say a huge thanks to my moderators, Nate the Chill Valhound, Ranger of Creed Cosplay, and also, of course, Zug, the mad lad himself, the legend that he is. If you guys haven't, please check out my moderators. They are there in the chat. They are fantastic people. They are genuinely fantastic. You guys need to go and see them. They're incredible people. I wouldn't have them as moderators if they weren't so awesome. But I will say that this season has been not only quite difficult to put together during COVID, obviously COVID being quite a difficult thing. It's been a bit of a struggle. I'm really happy that I managed to get through it and I managed to get people together to do all of these streams. I think it's 8 or 9 streams we've done all together. Season 5, and I've already got a name for it now. It's Season 5. It's Alive is going to be happening very, very soon. I'm going to be getting people together. I've already started emailing. I've already started talking to some people and trying to get them on. The list is starting to grow. I'm hoping for Season 5 I can get at least 15 people on. So it'll be 15 streams every Thursday throughout 2022. That's what I'm hoping to do. And I'm hoping to start April, May-ish if I can. See if I can get going then, and I think that'll be fantastic.
The War Master has given us a mighty prize.
Zug
indeed.
is here. What a mad lad.
In by the end.
In by the end. Zug, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I really, really appreciate it. I am not far off my new stream upgrade for the PC that I'm trying to get. I really, really appreciate it, Zug. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the very last episode of Season 4, We Want More, with Full Powers Creations. I really want to say thank you to everyone who has come to streams, thanks to my mods, thanks to everyone who has donated, subscribed, followed, thrown subs at me, donated, everything, all the bits. Absolutely fantastic. I really can't thank you guys enough. It is keeping me going. It is making me able to stream more. It's making me able to do more in my workshop, and it's really something that's making me want to keep going and stream more. Now, I say this because there is one more thing I want to announce to you guys is there is a new stream happening. Now that Season 4 is over, I'm going to be doing Season 5, working up to Season 5 for 2022. But during basically the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be getting ready to do a stream that's coming up soon. I haven't named it yet, but for those of you in chat who love model painting, it is going to be Iron Warrior Cosplay painting models. It is going to be basically 40k painting streams. Again, I haven't worked out a name for the stream. I haven't worked out how I'm going to quite do it yet on this stream, but I will figure it out. It will be awesome. I hope you guys are as excited as I am, because I'm very nervous. I haven't painted for some time. I only do things 1-to-1 scale now. I only do big things now. So to go back to models is going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll figure it out. So what we're going to do is we are going to raid. I'm going to go and check out if anyone is online that I would love to raid. Full Powers, is there anyone on Twitch that you follow that you would like to raid? No one. I know Ted isn't currently streaming, so we can't raid Ted. I don't even know what time it is for Ted right now. Let's have a look. It doesn't look like there are many people on for my end, sadly. Is there anyone in chat who would like to raid someone? Is anyone specific in the chat who would like to do that? Because we do have, I think it's 4,000 channel points, and it is Guide the Raid, if you guys haven't. I have a suggestion. Imicat, a retro gamer. Let's have a look. Let me type that in. So it's Imicat. Let's see who that is. Are they currently streaming? Yes, they are currently streaming retro games. That's pretty cool. Right, okay, why not? Why not? Go down, since you've been an absolute legend, and not only that, you gifted so many subs to the channel for the end of Season 4. I really, really appreciate it. So we're going to go and raid this retro gamer. Don't worry, Mr. Titan. We will give you your points back. My mods will sort that out for you now. I do apologize. I already agreed to go Dan's. So we're going to do that for you, Luke. So let's go and raid. Let's have a look now. I'm not sure how to say their name, but we are going to do it. We're going to raid. There we go. Awesome. Thank you to everyone who has come. Really, genuinely appreciate it. Thank you to everyone. If you guys want to jump into the raid, we'll do that. Once again, from me and the legendary Full Powers Creations, thank you so much for coming, and we shall see you all again soon. Enjoying the raid. We'll see you then. So, bye again, and we'll see you soon for Season 5. Can't wait for Season 5. Right. We'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.